We are doing the top 10 TV shows about werewolves. Okay, we're gonna do a quick little spitfire. How many shows about werewolves can I name? This is where you guys school me. Teen Wolf, I think Vampire Diaries. I'm gonna guess Buffy had a werewolf. But like when you say it's top 10 shows about werewolves, how much werewolfism has to be the protagonist pie to be considered a show about werewolves? Or can like a werewolf just be in it? If a werewolf can just be in it, I think Buffy's on the list. Okay, so yeah, Teen Wolf, Buffy, Vampire Diaries. I can only come up with 3. This is so sad. David, do you know anywhere?
Wolfpack.
Oh my gosh. The Wolfpack, Jeff's other show. Jeff's other show. How did I not? Wolfpack, guys. Wolfpack, Teen Wolf. Jeff basically owns and licenses werewolves for a living. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Vampire Diaries. That's 4.
Is Supernatural, do I have ones?
Supernatural. Okay, so that's the 5 I'm going with. Let's see if I got them right. Oh, I'm gonna be so mad. I know I'm gonna get. So watch along with me and let's see if we got any of these right.
From ancient curses to hidden societies, these shows bring to life the thrilling and often terrifying tales of werewolves, where moonlit transformations and primal instincts take center stage.
Guy jumping down from the roof. His name is Spider. Like, I think from since birth. He's this Brazilian guy. I forget how we found him. I think Russell might have found him, Russell Mackay, the director. This dude is a freak of nature. He barely spoke any English. He couldn't really at least in the beginning, I think he knows English now, just had gotten here from Brazil. But his acrobatics is so incredible that all he would do is he would just come up with his phone and be like, me, Spider. And he would be doing crazy stuff all around his hotel room. And I was like, well, Spider, what are you doing, dude? He was an incredibly intelligent guy. He just knew no English and he's on an English speaking set. But the stunts that he pulled off were no one had ever seen anything like it. We're talking crew members that had 20 and 30 and 40-year careers were like, who is this guy? He very quickly moved on from Teen Wolf to do the biggest budget movies that are on Earth. This jump he does from the 2nd story, there's no strings, he lands it in the puddle twice, and then perfectly does the arch up. He just had a parkour talent that, at least at the time, with Instagram, everything's possible to see these days, but at the time, that had not really been common knowledge. And so Spider was a big part of why Scott McCall and Derek just had such epic scenes, epic fights and epic falls. Spider-Man.
So prepare to unleash your wild side as we dive into the captivating world of these shape-shifting creatures. A quick note before we start. Keep in mind that in this countdown, we're featuring only live-action series, and that the shows are listed in no particular order. With that disclaimer,
yeah, right. We were the first on there. Teen Wolf's number 1. We know that.
Way, this is TV Show Pilot, and here are our top 10 TV shows about werewolves. Teen Wolf.
That's so cute. That's cool. Sometimes I still am shocked. People, I'm like, oh my God, it's us. It's so cool. What? It's awesome.
We'll begin the list with probably one of the most well-known werewolf series, MTV's Teen Wolf. Inspired by the 1985 film of the same name, Teen Wolf follows the life of Scott McCall, a high school student who becomes a werewolf after being bitten in the woods.
I've never seen a YouTube about Teen Wolf.
Newfound powers, he must balance the challenges of teenage life with the dangers of the supernatural world, which is that much harder to do since he lives in Beacon Hills, a small California town that's crawling with all kinds.
Fake town, by the way. It was always fall. Beacon Hills always just didn't have suburbs, always fall. Fun fact. They liked the breath look, even though that's more winter. It was a winter fall show.
Supernatural creatures. With its blend of supernatural suspense, heartfelt moments, and a dash of humor, Teen Wolf has become a cult favorite among fans. So it's no wonder that in early 2023, Teen Wolf the movie was released and continues the story of Scott.
Can you believe that it was from 2009 when we auditioned? And 2023 when the movie came out. If I would have known, there's just no way. I remember I was driving home from a serving job. I was in the left-hand lane of the freeway. And I remember getting that call and calling my mom and waking her up. And then calling my stepmom and waking her up. And if I had known from 2009 when I first auditioned to 2023, 14 years later, that is wild. Sometimes I don't really realize it. Crazy pants.
His friends. Bitten.
Oh, I knew it. I know Laura Vandervoort. I knew I forgot one. She's a Canadian, I think. Pretty sure she's Canadian. And we have the same stylist, Karen Raphael. And so Laura and I would like pass each other. We just have a lot of mutual friends. And the best one is I was the second client of my stylist we were both the same age. I was a bridesmaid in her wedding. Gosh, we were 24, 25 when we started working together. And we started working together because of Teen Wolf. And then Karen's like, oh, I have Laura. She's coming off of Bitten. See, guys, I knew I would kick myself. But yeah, there you go. Oh, their werewolves are very creepy. I think they had more money than we did. That's crazy.
For a different take on the werewolf myth, we have the Canadian series Bitten, which focuses on a female werewolf. Based on the best-selling Women of the Otherworld book series by Kelly Armstrong, Bitten follows Elena Michaels, a Toronto photographer who is the only female werewolf in existence. Wanting to live a normal human life, Elena suppresses her wolf instincts. But when a murderous werewolf threatens the existence of her former pack, she is called back to upstate New York by her werewolf family to help find the killer wolf. So now Elena has to choose between helping them and living a normal life with her human boyfriend. And the matter is further complicated by the fact that Clayton, her ex-fiancé, and the man who was responsible for her becoming a werewolf is still in her former pack. Wolf Pack.
I also was a host to the after show. It was really cool to get to know these kids. And Sarah Michelle Gellar, obviously a legend. It was definitely like my Cruel Intentions 12-year-old heart from the 90s was completely geeking out. You know, Sarah Michelle Gellar was like now somehow in my, like that was a thing that crossed over. Very strange for me. But I know Jeff Davis is also a huge fan of Buffy. I think Jeff he's talked about like reliving his childhood because of, you know, they kind of came up together. So it's really cool to see Jeff welcome Sarah into his world and then become such good friends. So Wolfpack's a very special place in my heart as well, even though I was not on the show.
The newest show on this list is Paramount Plus's Wolfpack. Based on an Ado Van Balcom book of the same name, Wolfpack follows Everett and Blake, two teenagers who become werewolves after getting bitten by a werewolf during a highway traffic jam caused by a mysterious wildfire. They team up with two other teenagers who were turned into werewolves 16 years ago during a similar wildfire to find out more about these strange wildfires and unravel the secret that connects them. Also starring Buffy the Vampire Slayer vet Sarah Michelle Gellar as an arson investigator who gets caught up in supernatural activities, Wolfpack is a must-watch show if you like werewolf tales.
True.
Hemlock Grove.
Hemlock Grove. That's what I was thinking of. Okay, we're going to skip ahead a little bit. The Order? What's The Order?
Another Netflix show about werewolves is 2019's The Order. Set against the backdrop of a prestigious Belgrave University campus, The Order centers on freshman Jack Morton.
He looks like Nicholas Hoult a little bit.
At Belgrave just to study. He's also seeking answers to the mystery surrounding his mother's death, which involves getting close to his estranged father, who also happens to be the leader of the Hermetic.
Oh, Being Human. I think I know this one. I didn't know about The Order.
An interesting take on the supernatural genre is provided with
BBC. Interesting.
Being Human.
The Brits got in on the werewolf thing too, did they?
Supernatural beings: a 200-year-old vampire named Aiden, a werewolf named Josh, and a ghost named Sally, who become unlikely.
That sounds like a joke, guys. They're like a ghost named Sally walk into a bar, like a 200-year-old vampire Nathan.
Life. Together they...
But the Brits usually do shows well, so I'd be curious to see how this goes.
The challenges of blending into society while also keeping their real identities hidden, dealing with their own
cheating, which you guys can see the same thing. I'm like scrolling ahead.
Supernatural threats. This series beautifully combines elements of horror, comedy, and drama to explore themes of friendship, redemption.
Okay. Oh, Shadowhunters. Oh, I forgot about that one.
Shadowhunters is yet another show
This is
based on a
CW,
series
right?
of books, this time the Mortal Instruments novels written by Cassandra Clare.
That's
The
right.
show follows Clary Frey, a young woman who on her 18th birthday discovers that she comes from a long line of Shadowhunters, human-angel hybrids tasked with protecting humans from demons. As Clary learns to navigate the downworld, the hidden supernatural part of the world inhabited by Shadowhunters and
Vampire Diaries. Guys, I'm so honored. We were the first on there. I know she said no order, but come on. That's pretty cool. Vampire Diaries. Fun fact about Vampire Diaries is they shot in Atlanta before we shot in Atlanta. And Twilight had already come out. So when Teen Wolf came on the scene in 2011 is when that aired, I had a thought of like, guys, we're packing up this werewolf thing. Like, it's not going to continue. Like, teen shows are on their way out. Like, I didn't think, especially genre ones. Little did I know that that was not the case. But it was Twilight. Then they were there before us in Atlanta shooting. So we really looked up to them, and they were like the big show, and we were the no show kind of thing. We were like the little engine that could. And so it just felt like, would we ever become Vampire Diaries? And essentially, I guess we kind of did, which was really bizarre to me because, you know, it's always kind of the big brother, like in my mind, even though it's not actually real. Like, that's how I look at it, because they shot this, you know, the city before really anyone else was doing it. And then we were still early days. Now it turns out Atlanta shoots everything. It's like a mini Hollywood over there. Yeah. Vampire Diaries has an odd place in my heart because it's just like, it's like a big intimidating brother for some reason. The things we tell ourselves.
And we'll finish this list with a trio of shows that live in the same universe.
Oh, the
Starting with
original
show that
Vampire
did it all,
Diaries.
The Vampire Diaries. Based
Did
on
get
the
it all.
book series of the
100%.
same name, written by L.J. Smith, The Vampire Diaries starts out focusing primarily on vampire lore and the budding love triangle between two vampire brothers, Damon and Stefan Salvatore.
They were
And a
brothers?
human, Elena
Oh, I didn't know
Gilbert.
that.
However, it soon evolves to include werewolf mythology, where it's
The
revealed
originals.
Come on. She's not breathing.
Oh, I don't know Legacy.
Easy does it, easy does it.
I like
Our
that.
hope.
They basically started with Teen Wolf and ended with the trilogy that Vampire Diaries started. Very honored to be the first mentioned on that list, or a part of that world that is first mentioned on this list. So how many did we get right? We had Vampire Diaries. Supernatural wasn't on there. Are there no werewolves in Supernatural? Vampire Diaries, us, Wolfpack. So I didn't get Buffy or Supernatural. But not too bad, guys. Not too bad. Hemlock Grove was the one I was thinking of, that I couldn't think of. The rest, I definitely learned some. So let me know your favorite werewolf shows. Maybe Teen Wolf's in that group. I understand. But tell me what other lore you like as well, and maybe we can explore a different genre the next time.